All right, in this video, I'm going to show how I would solve the problems 1, 3, and 5. All right, here we go. And I always start by thinking about where's my wall? Because I can't combine terms across a wall. I have to add or subtract to get across that equal sign. All right, so let's think about this. So negative 10x minus 10, I'm going to add 10 to both sides because that gets negative 10 plus 10 is 0. So I have negative 10x equals 30 plus 10 is 40. This is multiplication, negative 10 times x. So the opposite of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by negative 10. So then x equals negative 4. Number 3. I do see some like terms. Don't forget that negative is part of the term. So 7x minus 8x. It's going to be negative 1x. And then I still have this minus 1 equals 3. Add 1 to both sides. So negative x or negative 1x, they're the same, is 4. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 1. Because I don't want negative 1x, I want positive x, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So if negative x equals 4, x is going to be negative 4. Another way to think about that is if you think about a number line, and I said negative x equals 4, this was the opposite of x. So going this way is the right distance but the wrong direction. So the right distance in the right direction would be going the other way, which is going to put me at negative 4. That's another way to think about it, if you want to think about number lines. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, here I see that I have negative 5x and negative 3x, but they're not on the same side of the wall, so I can't just combine them to be negative 8x. I have to add or subtract. I'm going to add 5x to both sides because that's going to give me a positive coefficient. You don't have to keep a positive coefficient. I just make fewer mistakes that way. So 2x plus 6. And on this side, I have 14. I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. So I have 8 is 2x. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 4. Okay. I hope you find that helpful. Oh, none of those had distributive property. Okay, I'm going to do number 6 also because this is the hardest one. All right. So again, I'm going to start with my wall. I'm looking at this. The first thing I want to do is that distributive property, and I'm going to recopy everything so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to do 5. So this is the only part of the step that I'm actually doing. 5 times x is 5x. And then 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Okay. Now I have like terms I can, so the first thing I did, what was the first thing I did? Distributive property. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine some like terms. So 6x plus 5x is going to be, what is that? Oh, 11x. And then I still have this minus 20, and I still have 16 plus 2x. And every step, I rewrite an equivalent equation. So on each step, I have a full equation that has the same value as the original, or the x value is the same as the original equation, so that every step by step, I can do this. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is the addition property of equality, which you can really think of as the addition or subtraction. property of equality. If I add or subtract the same thing to both sides, then the equation's still going to be equal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So then I'm going to get my equal is still there. And if that wall helps you, you can extend it. What's 11 minus 2? 11 minus 2 is 9x. So I've got 9x. And then here, you could, if you wanted to, you could write 16 here and minus 20 here and then add 20 to both sides. But you could also, if you want to save yourself some space, the next thing I'm going to do, I know that my x's are going to be on the left hand or on the right hand side, so I need my numbers on the left hand side. Add 20 to both sides. So I've got 36 equals 9x. So I kind of addition property of equality twice. And then the last thing I'm going to do is the multiplying and division property of equality. So I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. I'm going to divide both sides by 9 because my goal is to get 1x, and 9 divided by 9 is 1, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. So x equals 4. Okay, that one was a little bit more complicated, but there you go. Okay, I hope this helps.